So, if you don't know, a bit ago there was a document released on Shayy. There was two documents and a video all released about Shayy, all kind of together. And the general thing of it was that, yeah, basically just two docs and a video, and it is pretty bad. You might be asking why me of all people is even talking about this, but I just think it's probably good for me too, because Shayy was the reason I started content in the first place, and they were one of my biggest inspirations back when everything first started for me. And also, I feel like this is just probably one of the biggest things to happen in the community in a long time, and I think that it's really going to affect things pretty badly. So the whole thing with Shayy is that if you haven't read the doc, I can give a quick kind of summary of what it is, but I do highly recommend that you go and read it yourself. Basically, Shayy, there was a whole lot. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. There's things in the document about them saying weird and or sexual things to people under the age of 18, along with sending suggestive photos to them. And on top of that, there were situations where they would ignore a lot of normal interactions and only interact with normal ones there too. There was a point where Ava, Sybil's girlfriend, Sybil, another creator, Sybil's girlfriend Ava needed footage from Shayy, and Shayy just wasn't responding at all, and Shayy didn't end up responding at all until Sybil's offered to send a nude photo to Shayy, and Shayy would even just ignore like other DMs unless it was for things that were sexual related. By the way, for the record, I did just read the document, so I might have some things wrong, though. I might not say everything perfect or correctly. Which is why I very highly suggest you go and read it yourself again, because I'm not going to be able to get every detail perfectly correct. This video here is also a good video that talks about it. It definitely goes into things better than I do, but basically Shayy did some very, very bad things. There's way more things than there's way more things than just that were mentioned in the document, but those are some of the really big things. Just grooming and just there's a lot of stuff. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because I think it's really going to affect the Undertale and Deltarune community, like, a lot. If you don't know, actually, I'll explain this. Before the document even dropped for like a day or two, in that time, Shayy privated on Twitter, they deactivated their Blue Sky, and they, strangely enough, changed their Discord profile picture from the human one to this distressed-looking frogget. And in that time, people were speculating, and there was a lot going on. There's even a point where I was talking in Shayy's Discord to other people about the situation, and I got recognized. And for about a solid hour before the full storm of people realizing that something was going on happened, I was just kind of the main topic of the Discord. It was a little cool, and I hope it was a nice distraction for a bit, but otherwise than that, I mean, it was just... After the document dropped, like, just recently, like, as like a bit before I'm recording this, it's just, it's rough. And I'll say this, I think that Shayy being gone is going to, as much as I hate to say, it's going to leave a very big hole in the community. Shayy was, I believe, the second most popular Undertale content creator. Shayy was probably one of the most well-known community members, along with them also really just... They were big in the speedrunning side of everything, especially. That was one of the things they were well known for, too. Which they're obviously, you know, they're not part of that anymore. If that's not clear. They've literally been removed off of everything. They don't even have... They literally even lost owner role in their own Discord. They've essentially lost everything but their actual YouTube channel and, like, Twitch themselves. And I just think that it's going to leave a really big hole. I think I've said this already. By the way, I want to apologize if I don't say things very clearly, or like if I repeat things. This is my first time ever doing anything like this or talking about this. So Shayy was probably one of the creators that posted the most in for Undertale and Deltarune content, other than Mystic Slime. And Shayy, I think Shayy had like a few. Shayy like did do things other than gameplay, but they definitely did gameplay the most out of everyone. It leaves a big hole in what people are looking for in the community, I think. I think it's definitely going to... Maybe they only had the second largest sub count out of everything. Like Mystic Slime has more subscribers than they do. But I think Shayy was definitely like one of the most well-known people in the community for Undertale and Deltarune content, especially since they interacted with the community a lot. But apparently it was too much. It was a little too much. I mean, 20 people. There's like 20 people in this document. I don't have too much else to add on to that, but I do have something I want to talk about myself, which was how this whole situation has affected me. Which I know you might be thinking, Melon, how does this affect you at all? I mean, like, you know, what was it? This whole situation has been really weird for me because as soon as the whole thing started, I got like over 20 to 30 different people all asking me in private messages about this, asking me if I knew personally about the situation. And just, I think they just assumed that I would know because I do Undertale content as well. But really, me and Shayy have barely had any interactions. I mean, we've messaged on Twitter a few times, a little bit on Discord. That's about it. I did have one single weird reaction with Shayy, like probably a bit over a year ago before I started Undertale content. Is when I was just a watcher. But I'm not gonna go into that because I also don't think I had my age very well shown on my profile. So I don't think it's worth mentioning because I don't think Shayy knew what age I was with that weird interaction. But either way, so I've had a lot of people messaging me about the situation, and one of the things that bugged me the most with this is that even like after things started to come out more and like more info got out, like even before the document dropped, there were people messaging me on like Discord and such, basically saying there was like a person who joked and said, "Hey Melon, good news for you. Shay's getting canceled. You can be the #1 they them Undertale YouTuber now." And well, look, technically, I guess that's true, but it pisses me off that people are making jokes about that at this point. Like realistically, Shayy being gone does mean a view and boosts for like other creators around who do Undertale content. But I don't think that should be the takeaway here at all because genuinely it is just so messed up what's happened here, and it's gonna fuck with the community for a pretty long while, I think. It's definitely fucked with me because as much as I joke about everything kind of going on here on my side, it's also Shayy was really the person who got me to like they were my inspiration to start doing Undertale content. So everything going on is really fucked with me. And even outside of just those jokes being said, I feel like this is gonna sound weird. I don't know if it'll be like self-entitled or something, but I feel like a pressure has been kind of put on me. I've even had I had people in other chats saying, "Melon, you have to lock in on content now. You're kind of like a last line here for like just general like gameplay videos," which I know is mostly a joke. But then I also have people who are just like friends of mine saying, "Hey Melon, I really hope you do well on YouTube because now that Shay's gone, there's a big hole, like a pit from where they were before." And people are definitely going to be looking for someone to fill in that hole. And I don't think I'll ever be able to fill in that hole. I don't think my content is as good as Shay's or will ever be as good as Shay's was. I think my content is just not made for the same kind of people who watch Shay's content. So I don't think I'll be able to fill that hole. My content is made with the same mindset I had when I used to make Minecraft content, which was that I need to keep the videos a bit shorter because people have lower attention spans. I need to keep it pretty active to the important bits. Shay's videos were more similar to like VODs, where you would just kind of post your stream VODs into YouTube, and then that just worked out well for them. Which is why I think I don't think I'll ever be able to step up to Shayy because they were genuinely just entertaining enough for people where they would watch through these long, like several hour-long videos. I do really appreciate people, like even the small amount of people who are seeing me as like making jokes about me being the replacement for Shayy. But it does also make it feel like it doesn't make me feel good because I mean I'm just the replacement. I mean, you know, I mean, fucking, I'm kind of what's left. I mean, like there's no other channels who do like exclusively just gameplay and mods, like, and you know what I mean, right? Okay, I guess there's Merg, but I don't think anyone wants to. I kind of lost respect for Merg after the thumbnails. And then, as I said before, Sibbles makes great content, but it's mostly reaction nowadays. And then Mystic Slime has like a bit of a variety. I think Mystic Slime does make amazing content though, and I genuinely, if you only watched Shayy before, I think Mystic Slime is a amazing creator, and I think you should really watch their content. Symbols is great too if you're okay with like Undertale related things that aren't just gameplay. I just really think that people are, I don't know. I think it's just kind of put a weird little pressure on me, which it really shouldn't. I know a lot of it isn't even really like, I know it's not really that serious. It's just kind of messed with me a bit. This whole situation has been a weird roller coaster for me, despite me not even really being like involved with everything going on. But I just really think things are going to be a bit different from now on, especially with this pit where something important used to be. Don't think of me saying this, by the way, like Shayy was like a hero who died, by the way. Think of this like the pit is like, it's like a pit we dug out because we learned that the pit was like poisonous and was infecting the crops around. Think of it more like that. We got rid of one plot of land here, and I don't think my channel is gonna ever be able to stand up to that plot of land. I don't think my little melon garden will stand up to their massively insane farmland, but I guess that's a weird analogy. I don't know where that came from. Sorry if that's random. I don't know what I'm really saying here. I think I'm just trying to get my thoughts out about everything. Sorry if that's really just, I don't know. I think the takeaway here is that I think it's good that I think it's very good that we got that like what Shayy was doing was called out. I think that it's good that they're not going to be in the community anymore from now on, likely. I will say there is the chance they drop their own response document and things could be disproven. But I don't, with how much evidence there is against Shayy, with over 20 different people, I don't think it's going to happen. Realistically, I just think Shay's probably out of the community for good. And I really hope people don't take this as a way to like start acting transphobic or anything like that, because Shayy is they them, so they're in the trans like umbrella, I believe. I think being non-binary is under the trans umbrella, if I'm sure. I personally go by they them as well, so that's why there was a lot of people saying, "Hey Melon, you can be the new they them creator." I'm getting a bit off topic. It's just more so a thing of just, you know, this is gonna affect everyone. It's really affected me, and I think that it's going to be something that just leaves kind of a rough spot for everyone. And I really hope that people will be able to, I'm sorry, I don't really have full thoughts for this. This isn't really what I do normally. I don't have full thoughts for everything here. I'm trying my best to think of good things to say for this. I just really don't have all the answers. And I don't really have even all my thoughts figured out. I kind of just started recording. I popped on this mod. And yeah. What makes it even more awkward for me was that I was going to, what was it? Shayy was the one who recommended my microphone to me. Shayy asked if they could check out this mod. They asked me on Twitter about it and like friended me on Discord for this. And then Shayy also, and even after this, and I was gonna, for a video I'm doing soon, I was gonna ask a few people to come in with it, and Shayy was gonna be one of them. So it's just kind of really, this whole thing really sucks. That's all there is to it. I want to give a big shout out to all of the like moderators that were managing things, especially in Shayy's Discord when people were waiting for the doc to drop. And I also want to say I really hope that everyone who was involved in everything happening here, and especially the people that were helping make the document or were affected by Shayy directly, I really hope that you're all doing okay, and that I think you guys, I just really hope you're all doing well, and that things are better from now on. I can't think of much else to really say here. I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out about everything, since this is a very, very big thing to happen. And I really hope that people are able to, how do I put it? I really hope that people will be okay. I think that's all I need to say there. Thank you for watching this, and again, go watch this video on the whole situation. And again, go read this document. Go read both these documents, actually, because they document and talk about things way better than I did. I just read this, and I don't have the best memory, so I might have gotten things like inaccurate or like not recalled things correctly. But if you, so reading this will give you the full like facts and everything. That's pretty much everything. Thank you, and I will see you guys later when I do an upload in probably a few days.